Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Hello, tea. All right, so we got little tea here to bless our reading. Okay, and let's get started. So we have the 8 of Wands, which has everything to do with swiftness. Okay. And let's go ahead and take a look at what these tea leaves have to say. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Well, look at that. We have, it looks like a lamb. You can see the head. It's facing this way. It's looking off to the right. You have the eyes, the nose, the little mouth, the white, kind of a white face and darker wool, the darker hairs around, and the ear kind of hanging here. Okay, now if you look in a little closer, you can see that we have Pan. You can see the eye, the nose, the little mouth kind of smiling. We have the horns, and it looks like he's looking this way. Kind of cool. It's really neat that those are both together like that. So I feel like there's a little bit of duality here, as we know that the lamb is a creature that is kind of more docile, a little more serene, kind of just eating and hanging out and really involved in their flock, their little communities, but very hardy and useful. To be useful should not be necessarily a measurement of worth, of course, right? But these do happen to be useful animals, as we do use the wool, among other things, from the lamb, and so I feel like this is definitely such a Virgo energy, right? I think a lot of times we are, and I'm going to say we because I am also a solar Virgo. A lot of times we feel in our realm, in our zone, in our element, if we're doing something, right? If we have a project, if we have a goal and we're working towards it, we have these different moving parts and we're kind of, in that magician energy in our own lives. We're, moving things around, getting everything sorted, accomplishing, and being able to kind of see that we are making progress. And I think when we're in that place, we feel like we are kind of in our full activation. Now with the Pan there, I do feel like there is an energy of mischief, right? This kind of trickstery wilderness creature. And maybe also you love music. Whenever I see Pan, I think, I like this. There's an element of music here, of merriment, of, really kind of getting out of this hyper awareness that a lot of Virgos have. Maybe letting go of some of the inhibitions, right? We are... Yes. And we are, kind of relieved of being so buttoned up all the time, which in our own ways, we kind of are. I feel like, and it's not to talk badly about us Virgos, but yeah, we're particular people. I mean, it's just kind of what it is. And we like things how we like them. And, once in a while we will get into the mood to kind of come away from that and let ourselves go a little bit, enjoy, find some way to get some rest and relaxation. But I feel like there is this energy of kind of, an elevation of mood, really. And I think that a lot of that has to do with the transition of the seasons. Okay, so if you are going into spring, we're already in spring. I know I keep thinking we're going into it. Well, it's almost been a month, I guess. We've been here for a month, Lenor. Remember that. But also going into fall, right? No, in fall. I shouldn't say. I gotta get off of saying that. In fall in the southern hemisphere, fully in there. So there is a little bit, hopefully, of a reprieve from the cold in the north and the hot in the south. And I feel like when Virgo is in these in-between seasons, this is when it's like our mind is set free a little bit, I can tell you every year, especially when we're going into fall, I realize the first time we have a cool night and you can smell autumn kind of in the evening, I can just breathe deeply for the first time in months. And I don't even realize kind of how wound up I get during those warm months. And it's only when they kind of begin to dissipate do I realize, oh my goodness, I've been, just holding all of this kind of anxiety and stress. And a lot of it has to do with feeling like during those summer months, you got to do so many things. I got to get it all in. Where I live, it gets very cold for half the year. So you do not squander even a single nice day if you can help it. So I do. I feel like this is our time when we are feeling kind of more open and free during the kind of transitional weather periods. Now, we also have the moon, okay? And we know right now we're in this eclipse energy, right? And it is very strong. Now, I really feel like this is going to be a very, very, very potent psychic period. We have a bunch of birds over here, and the birds are the bringers of messages. These are in the emotional sector. They're also up here on the rim, which is the metaphysical and spiritual. So this is coming straight from the source. And I really do feel like this is a time to kind of be looking into beyond all of the busyness and responsibility and tedium of life, looking beyond inside, asking yourself, with no relation to anybody else around you, because I know we kind of carry the world on our back a lot of times, us Virgos, without considering, to the degree that you can, without considering what everybody else around you needs. What is it that you yourself desire in this next cycle? What would you like to manifest? What would you like to put your intentions in? This is a good time for this kind of contemplation, meditation, and making use of this eclipse energy to really start manifesting this next thing, okay? I've been talking about it the last few days, and my intention, I will share it with you, is figuring out my garden and hopefully hoping and praying for a successful harvest this year. Not that I don't think I'm going to plant a ton this year, but hoping that I start to set down. TT, stop. The cat is over here scratching my back, trying to get me to lift her. Getting my garden ready for the years to come. We're moving. We're in the middle of moving right now, so I'm going to have a new space to be gardening. And I'm kind of a little bit freaked out because I'm starting from scratch again. And that's fun. It's also like, I don't know. It's a big undertaking. So, if you are a gardener, if you have flowers or you do vegetables or herbs or, whatever, please, in the comments, give me some tips. Let me know, what do you like to grow? I would love to hear about it. TT, I cannot lift you up, and I don't want you scratching me, Mama. Come on. Go on. Whoops. I cannot do that. She's back here like in my back trying to get me to, she's either trying to crawl up my back or she wants me to grab her. One of the two. Okay, so we turn this around and it kind of looks like the same. No, this one looks like the sheep. Now this side looks like a dog. Where did you go? Right there. You can see it looks like a puppy. Now we have the nose, we have the mouth, it looks like an M, and we have the eye, kind of the dark ear, dark top of the head, and looking towards the past now. So we also have, it almost looks like a face of somebody kind of crying here. And I feel like this is maybe something coming up with somebody, really important to your life. When I see the dog, I know that it's somebody that you are, it could be a best friend. It could be somebody that you're very loyal to. They're very loyal to you. Somebody that is central to your life. And somebody who is a companion for you of some kind. Now, I feel like there is something going on with them. Maybe you have received some bad news. Maybe they are not doing well. Maybe they're going through a breakup or financial issues, health issues. But I do feel like it is something that, initially very kind of like worried about, right? You're worried about them. You want to be with them, help in whatever way that you can. And I feel like this is going to be kind of an ongoing thing. But we also have the goddess here in the middle. You can see this piece here with the arms lifted. And, no, we have another face right here. Now his nose, where we had the dog, right? It looked like his nose. You can turn it this way. It kind of looks like eyes and nose and kind of a frown there. But we have the goddess energy, okay? And I think that she is absolutely involved in the protection of your person. This is that kind of great mother energy, the primordial mother. The thing about the mother archetype is, and this is true in life and in spirit, that the mother is a loving, unconditional, safe, and nurturing energy, but it is also the energy that a revealer of difficult things in our lives. The energy that moves to help cut things that are not of service to us out of our lives. If you can think of when you were young, there's something you wanted to do, maybe like go stay somewhere, go to a party, you know, whatever it is. And you didn't understand why your mother said no, absolutely not. I don't feel good about that crowd of people. I don't, you know, or, you know, I don't feel comfortable, this or that, whatever, you know, and you think, oh, well, they're just being mean. They're, you know, trying to ruin my life, as we, you know, kind of used to feel like. But as you get older and you look back and you think, yeah, sometimes Mom had to be the villain. Sometimes Mom had to be the one to make the tough decisions and say no, and got the brunt of the bad attitude, right? But that is the mother archetype. That's what she does. Oh, no. You don't growl me, Mama. She's trying to pull my hand over, but she's growling. Okay, you gotta go now. All right, go to bed, grumpy girl. Go find Daddy. He's in the back there sleeping, probably. All right. Let's see. So yeah, that mother. Oh yes, that's what we were talking. The mother archetype. So fully in this situation and protecting both your friend, your dear friend, but also you, of course, right? And so this may not be the easiest situation. It may be one that, you know, feels like quite a blow. But you as a Virgo are a blessing in the life of your person because you will show up. You will be there. The Virgos don't give up on people unless they really deserve it, right? And we don't give a lot of chances. You know, if you really mess up, you maybe only get one chance. But for those we love unconditionally, we will show up. We're the ones that show up in the most difficult circumstances. And, you know, I think sometimes we get a bad rap because people don't necessarily think that we're very sentimental, or maybe we're not as like, we're not as good with the like grand gestures, but we're pragmatic and we're there. We want to make sure the things that other people don't think of, you know, bringing the meal, helping clean the house, you know, I don't know, helping pay a bill, or, you know, coming in and just sitting and letting your friend talk and listening, being a good listener. You know, these are the things that often, you know, it's not the big bouquet of flowers or buying somebody a new car or something, but these are the things that help people the most ultimately. Are you okay? What's going on with you, mamas? It's the wind, maybe. It's so windy here. The wind really came up today. Okay, let's see. We also have a boat. All right, so a movement of energy. A movement of energy. We have somebody atop the mountain over here, or the tip of the boat. We have another cluster of people over here, and I'm trying to decipher, what do they have going on? Oh, T, no biting, please. I know you're being sweet, but it hurts, Mama. You got sharp little razor teeth. Okay, so I almost feel like there's, ow! Okay, you gotta go. That hurt so much. That one hurt. Okay, I'm sorry. I know. Somebody's gonna say, get the cat out of there. Stop talking to the cat. It's often I get, you know, not often, once in a while. I guess once or twice a week I get somebody who's very, very upset about TT being around. She can pester a bit, but she belongs here. This is her domain as much as it is mine, and these readings are hers as much as they are mine or yours or anybody's. So I'm sorry. But she belongs. She's just kind of a little bit of a naughty girl sometimes. Okay, so I feel like there's a sense of kind of at some point real like feeling kind of alienated, maybe isolated. The desire to be more connected with the people in your life, but not really knowing how to get out of the place that you had been in. Okay, and I feel like maybe this last winter or summer, depending on where you're at, you kind of were off doing your own thing. You weren't really, getting that involved socially or with the family as much. You maybe have been busy, just focused on your own things, and had the desire to be able to kind of be out there, seeing people and making a day to hang out and all this kind of thing. But just not getting to the place where you were actually making it happen. It's one thing if we're like, oh yeah, it would be really nice if we all had dinner, and then 6 months go by and it's like nothing has moved on that issue there. But I do feel like with this boat, and the boat is the movement of energy in our life. I do feel you getting into a place of being a little more social. I see this group of people. They seem like they're a little frenzied, maybe. We also have a dragon up here, and it is the year of the dragon. So I do kind of feel like there is this movement towards feeling a lot more connected, feeling a lot more open, feeling like you want to kind of invite some of those beloved ones back into the mix of your daily life. And I think that's going to be a nice thing. It makes sense. It's coinciding with this time of year. I don't know about you, but I go into full hermit mode during the winter. And as soon as we can go out to garage sales and things, we start talking to people. I feel like I'm a little more, like I have something to say beyond like, oh yeah, how you doing? How you liking this weather? That's like a very Midwestern exchange. And so, yeah, I feel like getting kind of back into the groove, right? And that feels good for sure. I do feel like we have a bit of this. Now, we had it definitely is the goddess, the mother goddess here. But on the side, it reminds me a lot of the crawdad or lobster on the moon card. And so I feel there is still a bit of melancholy. Okay. But listen, here's the thing. I think that's kind of in the nature of Virgo. Now, if it exceeds the kind of real baseline kind of discontentness that we all kind of have, and you're feeling like it's ramping up and you need to talk to somebody. Okay. So, I encourage you to talk to your support people, especially if you are assisting this person in your life who you love and they're going through a difficult time, and you start to really kind of take in some of that energy. You're also maybe just also like sad as well, right? Please talk to somebody that you can trust. Some of your support people, if you have a therapist or a counselor. I always think that it is worthwhile trying therapy, trying a variety of kinds of therapies, looking for support groups that might meet your needs. I absolutely believe that, Western psychotherapy, medicine, psychiatry, whatever it is that you have access to and works for you, right? Counseling, even maybe a life coach or something like this. I don't, I don't know that much about the life coaches or anything, but somebody, right, that is trusted alongside the spiritual work. They're not two separate things. I'm so tired of this idea that they're mutually exclusive, because they're not. We can make use of both of them in our life. And I feel like we all should, where we can, right? Now, I do know it is a privilege to have access to therapy. And it gets harder and harder all the time, because it's just like a shortage of practitioners, and it's expensive, and I understand that. So I always do promote the idea of maybe looking for a support group. There's also this in America. I don't know about other places, but we have something called NAMI. It's NAMI, and that is an organization that probably in your area they have like group support kind of meetings, and it is for mental health. Okay, that's something to look into. And here's one that's not a replacement for therapy, but I think it's a good place to look. And I know you're probably like, what? But yes, I think Reddit is a good place to look for subreddits that align with whatever it is that you are going through: grief, addiction, an addiction in the family, whatever, just to kind of get some fellowship, right? To read other people who maybe understand what you're going through. Okay, and I like Reddit above other places because you can remain pretty anonymous there. Okay, so just be careful about putting your personal information, and if you make an account and you want to be anonymous, just make sure you don't align it with like your other screen names and that kind of thing. Other than that, I think, there's there's that undertone, but I feel like you're really moving towards that unfurling again. And there is joy here. There's joy, definitely. Okay, let's take a look over here. Okay, so we have L and C. So if LC means anything to you, that is prominent. We also have some hearts. We have 2 little hearts that I see, 3 little hearts. It also looks like it could be J, and then this R is backwards, but it makes me think of Junior or JR. Okay, so we have 5, 5, 5 repeated over here. And I feel like there's the kind of energy of maybe somebody who has departed, they've transitioned, but they're still around you. And I feel like this isn't necessarily your family member, but it almost feels like maybe a friend who passed away fairly young, and somebody who you were really pretty close to, okay? And I feel like they're coming through to kind of give recognition to, and we have this little butterfly, and we have a stag right above it. There's a sense of, I see you evolving as a person. I see you growing. And I see you in this very powerful position in your life. That you are somebody who is coming into yourself fully, that you are aware and activated, that there is a wholeness and holistic energy to you. I just can imagine this kind of, it's like a mountain or a hill maybe with like a cave or an entranceway, and it's all green on the outside and lush. But on the inside in this cave, there's a fire burning, and it is bright. It is so bright, and when you look towards it, it looks like the furnace ablaze, and it is beautiful, and it is powerful, and it is life. There's life here, and I feel like you're just so. It's like when you look into somebody's eyes, and their eyes are just so they're set ablaze, but not in anger. It's not a rage. This is the cosmos in your eyes. This in 2001: A Space Odyssey, when he's looking and he says, "My God, it's full of stars. It's full of stars," right? That's looking into your eyes is like that. There are universes, not just the many universes, infinite galaxies. A sense of just creation. Yes. And so I feel like this person walks with you, and I also get this feeling of kind of the way you live, your life that you are living. You carry me with you. You honor me. And by living as well as you can, whatever that means to you, you are honoring this person, and you keep them alive because they are part of you. And that's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Okay. Now, let's get over here to the indigo affirmation cards. This is the air element. And I'm trying to do this holding on to little Miss T over here, so might be a little... Now I'm going to flip through. Oops. I'm going to flip through and stop where it feels right. Feels like right up here. Right up there towards the front. All right. I love these cards. They're so beautiful. There's a deck for each element, and they're all so beautifully painted. Appreciation. Let's see. Appreciation illuminates. Embrace an absolute love of life without exception. That's a big one. For a Virgo, too. A Virgo, no less. Yeah. Well, we can always try, right? Do our darndest, I think. All right, Virgo, I'm going to tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next reading is coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you would like to leave a comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. I try to be modest with. I don't want poor T to be showing herself off on the camera. She doesn't have hair to cover her, so not that I'm, shaming her, but you all don't want to see that. So anyways, yes, I would love to hear from you. I think that's it. All right. I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in just a few days from now. Good night.